warrior spirit. TRU Island. This is for my peoples. Jah. Too much debate, too much hating, too much faking, too much grand staging, too much handshaking, too much land taking, too much manipulating. Too much you can, but you shaking. Too much of a friend, yeah, you stuck through Nathan. Complain too much instigating, too much insinuating. You too much of an Asian. Celebrities too, heavenly bodies got you stargazing. Dilated peoples, stark amazement. Top chart chasing, your heart racing. Spellbound, too much dark sayings. Am I? Sharing too much in my paint can graffiti art. Spraying too much to spark in the dark basement day. Breaking too much, these mobs operate through too much ego, way too much for me, yo. Now with all the fake check-ins, either you from the soil or you're not. This ain't even a half. They've displaced you engine, replace you engine, erase you through paper. Genocide engine, land session agreements, a fake space. View engine change, dates to purposely misplace you engine. X shouting, tax you on your own. Land engine, you a child, not a grown woman, a grown man engine. In fact, you black, you that person in all caps on them contracts. Legal fiction, non-living show. Damn engine, how long will you let them debase you, deface you on an engine? No one is coming to save you. A brave new world awaits you, engine. They intend to continue to rape and enslave you, bound to a remix of religion. A graven image and reset the same station they made you. Engine the same unseen hand. You just wait, can't slay you, engine. But it's the return of the ancient ones. We back. Hold fast, let me get that. Out to with that. Gift rap, not with rhetoric. Chit chat, shit back, go back and forth on platforms for an inch or scratch. Rich stack for a Kit Kat or a Big Mac. Temporary contentment that don't kiss back. Shit's whack. We here to get our shit back. Restoration of what was overthrown. American engines, old organic gold, not provolone. Home alone, all foreigners gone. Shafati, shoot, Hebrew, mush, Mason, Morris, cornerstone. Fraternal orders up, Horace Rome. You've no substantial foundation, flawless zone. Bottomless pit up, broken promises. Home through landlines or portless phones. Lines lay lines, aligned with constellations. Rocks cry out till the land, till the soul is gone and corn is grown. The war is on. My word's wrong. Sure. We're all farmers off the land. It includes all you corporations, all you different nationalities. This thing it is an American engine. You need to get the fuck off. We ain't playing this time. We understand exactly what y'all motherfuckers do. Akichiwa. Come on. Indigenous resistance. Warrior spirit. TRU Island. This is for my peoples. Jah. Too much debate, too much hating, too much faking, too much grand staging, too much handshaking, too much land taking, too much manipulating. Too much you can, but you shaking. Too much of a friend, yeah, you stuck through Nathan. Complain too much instigating, too much insinuating. You too much of an Asian. Celebrities too, heavenly bodies got you stargazing. Dilated peoples, stark amazement. top chart chasing, your heart racing, spellbound, too much dark sayings. Am I saying too much? Am I paint can graffiti art, spraying too much to spark in the dark basement day, breaking too much, these mobs operate, too much ego, way too much for me, yo. Now with all the fake check-ins, either you from the soil or you're not. This ain't even a half. They've displaced you engine, replace you engine, erase you through paper. Genocide engine, land session agreements, a fake space. View engine change, days to purposely misplace you engine. X shouting, tax you on your own. Land engine, you a child, not a grown woman, a grown man engine. In fact, you black, you that person in all caps on them contracts. Legal fiction, non-living show. Damn, engine, how long will you let them debase you, deface you on that engine? No one is coming to save you. A brave new world awaits you, engine. They intend to continue to rape and enslave you, bound to a remix of religion. A graven image that reset the same station. They played you, engine, the same unseen hand. You just wait, can't slay you, engine. But it's the return of the ancient ones. We back. Hold fast, let me get that. Out the rip that. Gift rap, not with rhetoric. Chit chat, shit back, go back and forth. On platforms for a itch or scratch. Rich stack for a Kit Kat or a Big Mac. Temporary conshipment that don't kiss back. Shit swag. We here to get our shit back. Restoration of what was overthrown. American engines, old organic gold, that provolone. Home alone, all foreigners gone. Shafati, Jew, Hebrew, Muslim, Mason, Moorish, cornerstone. Fraternal orders of Forest Rome. You've no substantial foundation, flawless zone. Bottomless pit of broken promises. Home through landlines or cordless phones. Lines lay lines, aligned with constellations. Rocks cry out till the land, till the soil is gone and corn is grown. The war is on. My words wrong. Show. With all foreigners off the land. That includes all you corporations, all you different nationalities. Anything that isn't American engine, you need to get the fuck off. We ain't playing this time. We understand exactly what y'all motherfuckers do. Akichiwa.
I don't want to play. What the fuck is going on? Oh, here we go with that. I just want to let it play, bro.
Indigenous resistance. Warrior spirit. Turtle Island. This is for my peoples. Jah. Too much debate, too much hating, too much faking, too much grand staging, too much handshaking, too much land taking, too much manipulating. Too much you can, but you snaking. Too much of a friend, yeah, you stuck through Nathan. Complain too much instigating, too much insinuating. You too much of an agent. Celebrities too, heavenly bodies got you stargazing. Dilated peoples, stark amazement. Top chart chasing, your heart racing. Spellbound, too much dark sayings. Am I Sharing too much in my paint can graffiti art. Spraying too much to spark in the dark basement day. Breaking too much, these mobs operate too much ego, way too much for me, yo. Now with all the fake check-ins. Either you from the soil or you're not. And this ain't even a half. They displace you engine, replace you engine, erase you through paper. Genocide engine, land session agreements, a fake space. View engine change dates to purposely displace you engine. A shouting, tax you on your own. Land engine, you a child, not a grown woman, a grown man engine. Fact you black, you that person in all caps on them contracts. Legal fiction, non-living show. Damn engine, how long will you let them debase you, deface you? Engine, no one is coming to save you. A brave new world awaits you, engine. They intend to continue to rape and enslave you, bound to a remix of religion. A graven image and reset the same station. They made you engine, the same unseen hand. You just wait, can't slay you, engine. But it's the return of the ancient ones. We back. Hold fast, let me get that. Out to rip that. Gift rap, not with rhetoric. Chit chat, shit back, go back and forth on platforms for an itch or scratch. Rich stack for a Kit Kat or a Big Mac. Temporary shipment that don't kiss back. Shit's whack. We hit and get our shit back. Restoration of what was overthrown. American engines, old organic gold that provolone. Home alone, all foreigners gone. Shafati, shoot, Hebrew, Muslim, Mason, Moorish, cornerstone. Fraternal orders up, Forest Rome. You've no substantial foundation, flawless zone. Bottomless pit up, broken promises. Home through landlines or cordless phones. Lines lay lies, aligned with constellations. Rocks cry out till the land, till the soil is gone and corn is grown. The war is on. My word's wrong. Show.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. Not a plaything.
All you corporations, all you different nationalities. This thing it is an American engine. You need to get fuck up. We playing this time. We understand exactly.
I got a whole bunch of them, bro, but you can't play with them. Okay?
Akichiwa.
Yeah, the battery's out the other charge over there. Make sure this one's good. Stop that. He just wants to play with everything. You funny dude. No, don't attack it. Don't attack. No, it's not a snake. You a funny, bro. See? Look.
In my music, and a lot of this music, it's only talking about the suppressed rising. I mean, the oppressed rising up against the oppressor. That's all. That's what my music's about. The oppressed rising up against the oppressor. So the only people that's scared are the oppressors. The only people who could have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. It's time for a change, gotta bounce up. The oppressor's about to get tossed up. I'ma lay him out, execution style, too late for an apologetic claim. You wrapped in a cloak of flame, by God, it's overdue. Your time is to the end. Locked out, silent without sin. You put me on the planet with justice to win. The oppressor's about to get rolled on, with suppressors attached in a war zone. Revolution can start in the Arizona. I'm a messenger prophet like Farrakhan, backed by the honorable who sits at the pinnacle, who judges the hypocrite. critical, cynical, and the pitiful, simple. My thinking is critical. I'm just ventilating of the actions of the protective service. Quick to pull the Glock, blast and kill. This don't take any kind of skill. I'm ill of all citizens who haven't took a stand or kneels too late when the caps get pills. Don't believe it till you see it type. But when it hits close to home, you gotta act the bone. When it got the dome, when it's on the zone, all red of my vision through sight. It's gonna be killed whenever I fight. From above, I'll be given the right. So you better be ready to ride tonight. On the way to the dawn tonight. We gon' win them all, so gon' pass the kite. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, me no surrender. 3-pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor.
What's going on? Hey, Ganja, what's up, beloved? Y'all, I saw you pop up, and that was it, and it went off. Sharon, how's it going, honey? Millennial Best, what's up? Salute. Lemire Quentin, hey, that's the original Lone Wolf son, I believe. Right? I got in a fight with my sister at work just now. Yeah, you're not stop calling yourself something you're actually not. You have one, but you're not one. All right? Actually, when people say that I'm an asshole, like you, like saying that to yourself, that's meaningless. Like, you got in a fight with your sister. Was it a fight? Was it a disagreement? Was it physical? Was it about words? Words only mean something if you're casting spells unknowingly. So no. Sometimes it has to be a divide. I'll talk about that on some other day. I'm the son of original Lone Wolf. All right, what's going on, beloved? What's cracking? All right, Sean, that boy has no M&M, y'all. Whatever that means. Healing and abundance to all the house. Sharon, that's right. She's a brat, dog. P.S. So good. And I just started my own business. Okay, you'll be all right. That's the world. That's the physical world. You know what I mean? Bang. Yeah. Well, how old are you? Because it doesn't sound like you're that very old. You know, they had this old saying that as you get older, you become wise. We're in a time when that is not. I think that died off around the 70s, and I believe that died off with the great grandparents. I don't believe our so-called. I don't like the word parents, but you know, and then people like me. I'm so sounds that people like myself. I'm different. I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to beat that into y'all's head. There's no need to. I've already said it. I'm not here to convince you. I don't really care. But the thing is, y'all live in a time of delusion, a strong delusion, and you have to part ways with it. I mean, if that's what you want to come in here, and I'm about to go live and talk about some things, and so be it. I'm not going to discuss that, but I'm going to take a little time right now to speak on it if it's real, whether it's valid or not. I don't really care. That's something that you're going to have to do. That is pressure. That is your pressure. Remember I expressed about the eagle, the lobster, the clam, the crab. It's like that with a lot of animals, so-called animals. They're not really animals, but in order to have a new world order, you must establish your order, which you think is based upon. And like the pig is not a pig. I mean, in medical terms and science and all this other crap, there are other terms that are more in place, like something official. But I'm not here for that. If you had a fight, so what? I was going to actually start off addressing something because you see what it's about, the world. Jet Li's statement. It's a lot of people. Yet Ken and a whole lot of even the individual who was assassinated, Mahatma Gandhi, who fought in the Boer Wars, who hated his own black skin, which the skin is not black, but the narrative painted that was a statement written down, and until he got into this place where he was revered because he realized violence and the history he was living was a lie. And he was fighting for the individuals right now who have set the world up on the stage to fall, to get to express and say there's 7.8 or 8 billion people and want to take it to 500 million, so they must go on this thing to murder like well over 3/4 of the world. I mean, the madness of it all, for people to think that they're fighting and arguing, not realizing that it's like pecking order. People are establishing their connection and not. And if it's the physical world that drives you, I have no place for you. The physical world is a lie. Because see, the physical world is less than one-dimensional for those who get into dimension. Baby girl Slaughter, what's up, Mom? No, everyone has wisdom by the narrative. Even that this so-called word wisdom is the dysfunction in its own. That has nothing to do. I've been reading quite a bit. You know, the sacred secretion, you know, the power now, propaganda, you know, enough things. The puzzle pieces. It's you gotta walk with me. I can't hold your hand and pull you and tug you along. No, I'm gonna fix your wound and leave you with some snacks and some water and tell you got 2 days to get it together and you'll be able to walk. And if you choose not to, no, we're beyond that. When I say that you're sentient, and if you want to be recognized as Sharon or Baby Girl Slaughter or Ganja or this or that and this, if you're just your name, which is not even yours, but if you're just a name, a number, a physical existence, I cannot do nothing for nobody in that state. So what? You had a falling out, a disagreement, whatever it may be. It's not about being the bigger or better individual. They would say person. If you know what the word person actually meant, the so-called word person actually means, you would stop calling yourselves that. But each sentient being or creature or existence, light, whatever you want to call yourself, has a placement and a displacement. So if you want to walk in displacement, and this is why it's indicative for people to take the time, or whatever, or whoever you think you are, or whatever. I don't care. It could be a top CIA agent, the guy who's going to live 300 years sitting here watching and talking and acting. It wouldn't mean 5 flying Fs to me. It's that serious. Do you know sometimes I leave my TV on so they can watch me sleep, slumber, rest, recoup, whatever it is. They can't see what's going on upstairs. They can attempt to manipulate, and push people, and drive people, and whatever. You see what I'm saying? The world is yours. It always has been yours. But if you want to act like you belong to your enemy, I have nothing for you. I have nothing for you. Nobody. Okay? Play some more music. Go on in a minute.
The is day or dark creates the spark, waves the heart that thy sun ray, my art, her mate, the patriarch. Most social media, saviors are fakes, marks once we make, knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark creates the spark, waves the heart as thy sun ray, my art, her mate, the patriarch. Most social media, saviors are fakes, marks once we make, knowledge one is when the run and bass rock. I rose up, took a shower, purify my art field. Took copper for a wall to ensure my chlorophyll is pumping. Done some curls for sure, I've more to build. Solid foundation, my crown chakra core and hill. Pound the pavement, sacred ground, freedom I stand for. Free all political prisoners of war, man or woman and child. Rid the land of all foreign and alien entities. I decree this morning, send them back to whence they came. Is the peace laugh or war cry, whatever the relevant name of each path, simple, highest form, spiritualities, how you teach math. A humble beach is still a beach. Now feel the beach raft, rain fire upon them, and the internet forms, sigils, emojis, and the avatars that was them. Destroy this de facto government and its problems. Establish Big Ma house so she may restore him. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, it's the spark. Wave the heart as I sun ray, my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media, saviors are fake, marks once we make, knowledge born is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates the spark. Wave the heart as I sun ray, my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media, saviors are fake, marks once we make, knowledge born is when rhyme and bass drop. Unexposed, note to self, quit playing, hit the gas. This shaft is called my turn, take the risk, it's fast. Most of them got vaccinated. with chips in their ass, plus rappers sacrificing each other for grits of their cash. Session, watch videos, wake up subliminals, predictive programming weirdos from menstrual shows. The land's contaminated, fruits and vegetables, like minerals, the water and skies I fry. Liquid chemicals, technology got me here in front of my desktop, perusing these beats and whatnot for my best option, contemplating which bar will next spot to unlock the minds that are stuck within a Xbox off the chart. I continue to climb, watching the rest flop like carp fishing, 100% fresh shark water. I'm on the front line, X marks the spot. I shine because of her, for she's the best part. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates this spark. Waves the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors I face, marks once we make knowledge one is when time and space rock. The great matriarch, whether it's day or dark, creates this spark. Waves the heart as I sun ray my art, her make the patriarch. Most social media saviors I face, marks once we make knowledge one is with the run and bass drops. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the great matriarch. Honor and respect to our ancestors. Jah, you've always had a father, the author of your flow, for your fire starter, the cause of your glow. But the trail I've blazed, I pray you turn from it. The hill I've raised, I pray you don't burn from it. The work I put in, I pray that you earn from it. The mistakes I've made, I pray that you learn from it. You my splitting image, little darker, little taller. I'm a shot caller, though you just a little baller. Latif, I'm still teaching you like G.I. Jane. My healing, reaching you despite me lock and chain. Black, you speaking true, you ignite lots of pain. I feel the releasing of lightning and drops of rain from the sound cloud. You sound like me, the crown's proud. But unlike me, son, you haven't turned down loud. The smoke screen.
DeAndre, what's going on, beloved? Big real slow. How's it going over there in Texas, honey?
You my beloved. You scintillate profusely. You my beloved. You resent fate foolishly. You my beloved. Do ventilate truthfully. You my beloved son, in who I'm well pleased.
Let's go ahead. You know what? You see the thumbnail there, and my title. I'm saying this because it's new subscribers, and I need what I require. Forget what I need. Forget what you need. Most people don't know what they truly require because they're so full of vasillage, or a vessel, a vase that has had so much nonsense put in it, so much noise. And then we're going to read a couple of things from Power Now and the Sacred Secretion. I think that you will find maybe important, possibly. I always let you know that I'm inevitable. It doesn't matter what's going on, what you think, you believe, or whatever. Heaven, hell, whatever they've given you. I am not here to dictate, to deter, to stop anything. But I will allow you to know this, that you're not progressive. You are not progressing forward nor backwards. You're not just stagnated. You're at a dead stop. Now, I only slept for about 2 hours last night, so I am very tired, other than the fact that I've been working out and sore. So today is a day of recoup. So I didn't go out and walk and run like I've been doing lately. I'll do that tomorrow. And it's a magnificent feeling. Yet, it doesn't drive me, deter me, because of my mind state. I laid there up until about 1:30, 2 o'clock your time, for those who follow time. Closing my eyes, allowing my vestige, my vessel, my whatever you want to call it, to rest. Because it is a requirement with all the toxins and the poisons And even those, though they are implemented here, powerful, they are nothing. Even they are empty. Now I'll further explain it. I know that's like, huh? Right now, you see the earth. You don't really see it, because you're not one with it. You're not connected, because it vibrates, as you well now know, as the numbers go, 7.83 or 38 hertz. Many different vibrations. Trees, leaves, air. Air is a vibration. Light is a vibration. As far as the narrative of what light is, which I always told you is what? Breath. And right now they have all the frequencies, the light, the vibrations. They have it collapsing in on itself. And some of y'all would say that's impossible. But what about the strand theory? What about time travel? How many of you know have utilized an oscilloscope and you see the bands and different frequencies? You know what I'm talking about? How many of you worked in the medical field, nursing or whatever? And you're watching the EKG, there's different placements. You're watching the monitors and reading the graphs on the little red pink slip. It's frequency. We are the world. We are the future. What were they really saying? You know, with Stevie over there before catching the mic that he cannot see. What is the gambit in the game? What is it to make you so-called feel good? Because y'all really believe in feelings. And with that, I could control what they're doing. I don't know how many more times we're going to express to you that you're more powerful than you can imagine. But do you know what power is? Emptiness. There is, you don't have to make, this adjustment. You don't have to accept, dismiss. Real power is absolute. It's nothing. But whatever I put in your vestige, whatever I put in your Rolodex, whatever I make you feel, you'll consummate a relationship with thought. And you'll think about whatever I gift you with. I'm not saying a gift is always good. I mean, you can open an envelope and it blow up in your face, right? Frequencies, vibrations on a lower. My days in Paris, Cannes, Toulon, France, Mallorca, Palma, Spain, wherever I've went. And fortunate enough in the 80s, and it was magnific. It was beyond beautiful. I got to be around some of the most magical individuals. Scotland. I was never dealt with racism like it, which is, we're not going to say it's a very low frequency. It's almost like hitting a 0.0001 on the scale of existence. It's disturbing that those individuals exist. And the truth, if you listen to what I'm saying, they really don't. But because you're filled with all that noise, and your enemy makes sure that noise is put there, you comply. You're compelled to be in that desire. My baby's dead. And that desire, my papa died when I was 6. Extrapolated by stories, false narratives, and everything else. Anything that doesn't elevate you but fills you with more noise, and no one's there to decipher, help you to break through the maze and the obstacle of all this noise frequencies. So what you get is what's called noise chatter. and you consummate that and make it a personal relationship, you become one with all these mashed up frequencies of disruption. Do you know how to hit the notes when playing the guitar? You know, and you're strumming along and you're plucking away. Now imagine just going crang, crang, crang. That's like the piano. Even animals can get up on a piano, and then within 2 weeks they'll find the keys that fit their narrative, because even though there's plenty of noise, they don't get it like you and I, except from us. They'll actually make beautiful music and have remembrance. For those who know that music is nothing more than frequency, light. When I first express that a cat doesn't see you first, they see your aura, like the aurora, you know what I'm saying? The lights over the South Pole, the North Pole, the Aurora Borealis, the splits and all that. That's what you actually are, at a very slowed down. And the enemy has taken that, and they bombarded you with all kind of crevices and potholes and obstacles, so that with this fake language you keep saying that you speak, because he oversees everybody I ever met and speak 3 or 4 or 5 languages, when my ancestors also did the same thing. Ancestors, you're one and the same, but we've been through that, and that'll be for another topic. My energy, you can't even tell, because you came in the first thing talking about you had a fight with your sister, not realizing that you really didn't. What you had was a tempest, an obstruction, another saturation of broken frequency. You were the obstacle, the object, just as she was. Let's say, I wasn't there, so I don't know if it's true or not. And even truth or lie is a frequency. But it matters to me not. But an excellent example to utilize. With all that noise, using Sharon as an example, with all that noise, I bet you think you worked it out. I can use myself. I have brothers who live in a certain place where the frequencies are disrupted very heavily. Another family. And their vision, their light, windows of the soul, the source, frequency, light, vibration, ether, blah, 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 it's disrupted. When someone say, well, why is it that you can see it and I can't? I told you I am different from you. I accepted who and what I was, as if who and what was something magical and mystical. I am nothing. Yet I am everything. You just have not allowed yourself to breathe. And in my travels in Chile, I remember when we pulled into Chile, they had this big thing going on against America. This is the manipulation of the source. Yet, when it was over, we were able to pull in and disembark. Everybody wanted the money. And me, I would go to the college campuses and to the libraries. And the people, supposedly being against the so-called Americans, they knew exactly who and what I was. The women were throwing themselves at me. The brothers wanted to drink, and the little homies, the homos, in the park. And I'm like 23 years old, fake 23, you know what I mean. I'm like, what is going on? And the guys, the gentlemen, the brothers, the light that was with me, though a lot of noise in me, they were just grateful to be there. Now, I didn't see anything other than what was normal. the older, wise ones, what I would always gravitate to ask the most obvious questions. People 70, 80, 100 years old. Could you imagine being around 1987 or something like that, talking to people 100 years old? Unlike the 70s, I'm talking to my great uncles, 10 DNC, 115, 114. Do you have any idea? I'm going to paint you a picture. Me and Eric Burke, he got me help working with this old gay, German, Jewish, World War II, Waffen SS guy. He's an old tard. Was it that word? I can't remember. Anyway, clean his yard, helping his house. He had paintings. He had millions of dollars of everywhere, in there. And always felt excellent beef, bologna, cheese sandwiches. I mean, we worked hard, and it was just magnificent. I used to go around and sit around this old guy. And I remember one time, we didn't have fake fact checkers. The dimness of light. Anyway, I remember hearing the thing from the Garvinites and the black communities and all these people talking about Hitler once stated that once they find out America has God's jewels, he knew Hitler personally and says that's not what he said. He says, if the world only knew the truth, that we've been killing the Creator's light. Now, fact checkers, please come fact check me. Bring your little noise. And the world, so-called world, the lie, isn't that less than light? Light. Isn't that indicative to what you see personified now? For those who you believe in now? That means lack of knowing. I'm here for balance. I'm not here for nothing else. It can't be stopped. It just can't. It is not complicated, nor is it a task. And I'm going to read something to you, and I truthfully hope you pay attention. I'm not going to say they're talking about the hijack, because, a lot of us, all of us, we see things different, and so we see the hijack. We see the derivatives and the lies. We see we're on a different frequency from y'all. It's not braggart rights, because there's nothing to brag about. Ego is one of the worst frequencies you can be involved with, okay? But you're at a time, an impasse. Okay? And there's a lot of individuals spoiling, adding bad mold, inconsistency, construent to their phenomenon of disagreement and thought process. And they will convey and convince and manipulate by adding more noise. You need to push yourself away from the plate, from the table. Get up and not excuse yourself, but remove yourself from it. Unless you believe, I detest that big word, that you can handle more noise. And I know none of you can. None of you can handle the noise you have right now. None of you. Not one of you. Not near one of you. If you haven't purchased, you might want to. Oh, Marcus, appreciate the donation. This brother saw, he was like, really, come on. No, people, you can donate $1. It doesn't matter. I didn't come to show you order no books because everybody said, oh, it is noise. That's all it is. And I know the chatter in your, I don't know which one you're operating on, because I know your Rolodex you haven't tapped into, and you haven't been able to process your thoughts based on the truth of your heart's existence. I'm going to say this. It's emptiness. Because if it was full, I wouldn't be saying none of this. The power of now, God, the spiritual enlightenment. Oh, that's not no pork chop preacher stuff for those who get into that void of low vibration and frequency. So if you want to purchase it, I would advise you to and read it. It's pretty dang good. Don't be those individuals that read and get stuck. That means it's too much noise. Because I know that 90% of you don't really read a lot, maybe even more. What I'm going to read today is Space. That's the chapter. Just pay attention. Don't start grasping at statements as I'm reading until I've completed reading it in its whole, in its entirety. Okay? And then later on, I want to come back and read the true nature of space and time for those who believe it to be indicative to your existence. Space, just as no sound, just listen, just as no sound can exist without silence, just as no sound can exist without silence. So if you and I were having a conversation, I was sitting here running my mouth and you were attempting to say something, to rebuttal, to rebuke, to distant, to inform, and I was just running my mouth, all that noise, would I be able to hear you, at least have a deeper understanding of what it is you're attempting to say during a supposed monologue or dialogue, excuse me, not monologue, dialogue, right? No, it's impossible. And a lot of you do that. I have watched individuals literally like walking into a ironing board, 2 ironing boards, yell and scream at each other, and literally hear one saying, no, not today, Sharon, this is not going to be a no, we don't have to do this, while the other one's, you flying bitch, blah, blah, da, 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 go to fisticuffs over nothing. No absolution. No rationale, no reason. Just a void of noise in an empty space or room. Clashing. With no purpose, no creation, no start, no finish. Are you paying attention? So just as no sound can exist without silence, so in order to hear, use your oratory skills, you must be silent. That's why I'm arguing about when I'm talking, opening this pie hole of mine and allowing these frequencies to come out over these dynamics of voice wind modulators. You guys are typing and typing and typing, I'm greeting and all that, and it's magnificent. But yet, how can you hear? Because a lot of you cannot really walk, chew bubble gum, tap your head, and spit at the same time. Nothing can exist without no thing. Nothing can exist without no thing. Without the empty space that enables it to be. So, how can you have a bicycle How can you have a street? How can you have a bed? How can you have a job? You know, I want to say something else. Slave. Anyway. How can you have food on your plate? You call it food. How can you have a relationship relatively related to what? Something floating at sea, maritime. Oh, how can you have all these things? How can it be hidden from you? How can it be shown? And how can it be used against you? Nothing can exist without no thing, without the empty space that enables it to be. There's so much noise that you cannot comprise, you cannot facilitate, you cannot figure it out. So and then you think you adapt. No, you accept an ignorance. Nothing. And in return, you believe you've gotten something. You've gotten something, Social Security card, Social Security number, birth certificate, marriage license. Whole bunch of noise. And because you've been conditioned at the lower state of your existence, with all that vibrant light in you, and all those frequencies just bouncing around, all that noise, new noise, you don't know how to empty it, so you can't be what you're supposed to be. You cannot exist. If you feel like you exist, tell me now why it is you exist and how. Every physical object or body has come out of nothing. Nothing! That's my German. Nothing. It's surrounded by nothing and will eventually return to nothing. These people, you ever seen Jack in the Box? Ding, 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 ding. They've got this little screw in you, and every once in a while they got your head popping up. And you think, like belief, without knowing, that you're in control. The two young ladies fighting, one attempting to stop it, the other one escalating without knowledge, because she can't hear this one can't hear that something's coming bad. So then they go to fisticuffs because there's no silence. There's no real listening. There's no real oratory or speaking. There's no skills being implied, no frequencies of balance, but just noise. Not only that, but even inside every physical body, there is far more nothing than something. What is yoga and meditation for? To clear the noise, to stretch out the cramps, to get the blood flowing, which is another frequencies, to bring some harmonic balance back into being. Y'all know what I'm talking about. How many of y'all have actually gotten down, closed your eyes in your mind, or somebody passed away and you went to visit a grave, and you close your eyes and you started recapping on some of the most magnificent times. You're not sitting there thinking about the bad times, and if you do, you laugh at it. But at the time when they were here, you couldn't do that. Why? Because all the noise. Now you are found this empty place and you can focus. Are you starting to pay attention? And when you stretch, you go, ow, oh, I never did this, wait, whoa. You've never utilized these cordyceps and stuff. You never allowed yourself to have this stretch for that snapback. You know what I'm saying? And then after it, when you do it for a period of time, you say, I'm limber. You know what it is? You've cleared a whole lot of noise out the way, and you've allowed yourself to go back into a place of nothing, of comfort. Physicists tell us that the solidity, matter is an illusion. You get that, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't have the CERN and all these things. Well, most of you don't have a clue about what you're capable of. You know, with the CIA, with those things, attempting to get people to walk through walls. Oh, y'all don't know about all that? Operation Paperclip, this, that, and all that fishbowl, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's right. They don't put all that stuff in those books that I have. These are some things that you, by talking about old heads, you learn about. Even seemingly solid matter, including your physical body, is nearly 100% empty. Now, if you've been paying attention to what I read in the beginning of the chapter, you would have a deeper understanding. This ain't no made up fake mysticism. I can't stand that word. Goofy magic and hoodoo, voodoo, all that dumb made up stuff. That's all nonsense. Physicists tell us that the solidity, solidification, solidness, however you want to interpret it, but the solidity, the value of it, of matter is an illusion, and it is. You exist how they made you to exist. All that noise. Some of you right now got a whole lot of noise going through your head attempting to figure me out. Like, really? You don't even know what you are and who you are. How the hell are you going to figure me out? Do you see what I'm talking about? The noise you create because you have been nurtured to create, raised to create more noise. The two girls. Even seemingly solid matter, including your physical body, is nearly 100% empty space. So vast are the distances between the atoms compared to their size. Do I have to get this little chart I got in the room and show you how they made up protons, which is nonsense, and neurons? Are you paying attention? And show you how they got them all bouncing around. Yet I took Ganja and showed him how to look at it and see it right in front of his face. Ganja, if you're in here, please again. You can see everything beyond the blue, before the blue of the sky, the clouds. You can see through the clouds. You can see the sun, through the pollution, the poison, and even through the sun. You can see into the earth. How many, when you stand outside in your ground, regardless of all the poisons and pores in your feet, it's sucking all that in, see this honeycomb funnel going this way or going that way? Do you know what you're looking at? Well, when you see it, let me know, and I can have you walk with me. What is more, even inside every atom, there is mostly empty space. And within that empty space is more empty space. For those who believe in space, that means you're empty in thought. You believe in something you know nothing about. Nothing. Some of you are going to figure it out. About 7% of you. I know it's pretty small. What is left is more like a vibrational frequency than particles of solid matter. More like a musical note. How many of you all been witnessing? I was going to sit downstairs and do an end video to show you the individuals at Stanford, Harvard, and all these places who are using woofers and stuff like that with sand, sugar, water, on Pyrex and Petri dishes and glass, at the subatomic, which is empty space, particle dispersion of frequencies, and like I showed you with mine, to which I sleep with, showing you all these designs that fill those empty spaces that have more empty spaces. What am I expressing? We'll get there, if you can see by now. So what is left is more like vibrational frequency than particles of solid matter. More than. Okay? More like a musical note. Buddhists have known that for over 2,500 years. Form is empty. That's just a platform to fill a void, to give you a narrative, to be able to follow, because you have been conditioned to accept Hinduism as, you know, when it belonged everywhere. It started with you. Form is emptiness, isn't it? What did Bruce Lee say about water? You put water into a teacup. I need not say more. Emptiness is form. It becomes the cup. So I guess my 40-some years of martial arts, 28, 30 years of Kung Fu, it's given me a little insight. The fact that I can meditate over 2 hours and go beyond that. Anyway, states the Heart Sutra. What color is the Heart Sutra? Where is it located? What is it on the 7 scale? Again, notes, frequencies. Which one is it? Cham, Pram, Ram, Ram. What is it? Om. Which one is it? The essence. Anyway, one of the best known ancient Buddhist texts, the essence of all things is emptiness. Look it up. Purchase it. It's cheap. If you don't want to donate a couple of dollars here, I'll purchase it. I'll purchase a few of them. Send them out to the people who are actually about it. The unmanifested is not only present in this world as silence. Listen to this. It tells you right there. The unmanifested is not only present in this world as silence. That's why they cast their fake spells. They control the narrative, and they've made you the object of subjugation to which you choose to lament in ignorance, which is also a frequency. Look it up. A bad note. Almost close to the brown note. Make you go poo-poo. I sharded myself. No. You'll get it. Again, the unmanifested is not only present in this world as silence, it also pervades the entire physical universe as space. So they rent space in your head. No, they actually controlling space that doesn't even exist because it's empty, and they've given you a whole lot of noise, which is the confliction you have, or confusion, and they mitigate and have a good time doing all the dumb stuff around you. If you only knew how powerful you were. This is, hold on. This is just as easy to miss as silence. Everybody pays attention to the things in space, but who pays attention to space itself? Big Brother's always watching you. Wasn't that programming? Well, how about the fact that a lot of us have been watching those fucktards and running space in their heads? That's why they continue to watch us with all the technology, this, that, and that little. No emotions or feelings, just pay attention. I don't think you're really grasping what I'm alluding to. Follow along. You seem to be implying that emptiness is a cue. You seem to be implying that emptiness or nothing is not just nothing, that there is some mysterious quality to it. So what is this nothing? You cannot ask such a question, because I know some of you are asking. That shows that you're full of noise. Your mind is attempting to make nothing into something. Oh boy, you're always making nothing into something. Don't y'all do that in your relationships? And you can't even comply with self-obedience to ostracize yourself from it? I just said a whole lot of nothing because you heard nothing. The moment you make it into something, you have missed it. Nothing, space, is the appearance of the unmanifested as an externalized phenomenon in a sense-perceived world. Sensory perception. How many of you have taken up, remember about 2 months ago, I says, why don't y'all sometimes blindfold yourselves and walk around and learn how to move around your home? Like, do it for a couple of hours. Most people, the first thing you do is, I don't want to be walking around blind. You're already blind, dumbass. It's nothing into something. Anyway, again, unmanifested as an externalized phenomenon, in an external, not eternal, in a sense perceived world. Everybody always talking about common sense ain't common sense. That's about as much as one can say about it. And even that is a kind of paradox. It cannot become an object of knowledge. You can't do a PhD on nothing. When scientists study space, they usually make it into something and thereby miss its essence entirely. Ergo, the earth is round. Yet everything I have concluded to and studied, and regardless of what the Lieutenant JG showed me, boats 300 miles away on a flat surface. Anyway, error. And when we get into Flatlandis with the extra books, the consortiums of books that go with it, I actually purchased the other two, all of them. So it isn't just the 5, I have all 7. You'll see. They control your narrative because of noise. You relegate yourself to be filled with all the so-called voices and paranormal, idiosyncrasies, all this crap, and you don't know how to shake it. I already told you how to do that. Were you following along? What's going? So again, you can do a PhD on nothing. When scientists study space, they usually make it into something and thereby miss its essence entirely. Essence. As seen. Or as seen. Who shows you to make it as seen? That means as laid out by somebody else. Oh, Rockefeller did a pretty good job, didn't he? The black and gray pole? Nothing. For you, something. The fake crowns of kings and queens. The fact that they've got you believing this new phenomena that NFL and all these sports and comedians are your leaders and ministers, preachers, who give you all the noise so you cannot know who you are or see your truth in existence of nothing, to implicate to fill your own void with your sound, your soul, your spirit, your light, your what? ADHD much? That's noise. Look it up. Not surprisingly, the latest theory in this is that space isn't empty at all, that it is filled with some substance. Once you have a theory, because they lie to you, it's not too hard to find evidence to substantiate it. At least until some other theory comes along. Every time y'all heard the Hubble telescope lie, every time they show you the nebulous and God's finger and all lies, they're showing you stuff that they dioramas, noise. And when they have you full of that, they have the opposition. You remember what I was talking about? And y'all know what I'm talking about. The two ladies. Stop, I'm not trying. Oh, God, nobody's getting nothing. Based on nothing. But everybody loses because they haven't cleared themselves and emptied themselves of all the noise. Therefore, they can't accept that there's nothing. And they'll be right back at it. One believing they're right, and the other one believing they're right. Two rights in an empty space, not knowing it's empty, can make a wrong. And the wrong being nothing creates nothing. But with you, it's problems, death, mayhem, chaos. Oh, that's right. They said God created the Big Bang in the world, and out of chaos formed this heating, molting lava rocks. And they fed it to you, and y'all bought into it out of nothing. The fact of the matter is still nothing. is still empty. The atoms, the neutrons, protons, eon, come on. The space between those, right? Time and space, they're actually nothing. Now maybe some of you are starting to realize, oh, I think I know what he's saying. He doesn't recognize time. There is no such thing as time, people. Don't believe me, because if you believe me, that means you don't know. Relax, buddy. Once you have a theory, it's not too hard to find evidence to substantiate it, at least until some other theory comes along, and you just keep filling it with more noise and more noise. Let me go back over the pages. So hold on, Dr. Epstein, colleague, please, will you look at page 37, go to chapter 13. What was that Dr. Everson was saying about that marginal line when we were talking about the time strain theory? What is the circumference, and can we break that down beyond pi? A lot of noise and a lot of nonsense to create something when there's nothing. But then they give it to you, and it's a theory, and they made it fact when it's been fiction. Nothing. And they all argue about it. They all look at Neil deGrasse's, I could say, foolish self, science guy, and all these other individuals, all these individuals who are meaningless, who occupy all this space in y'all's empty space, and fill it with all this noise that you can't avoid because you're too busy listening to nothing. So you make something out of nothing? No wonder you can't realize and accept who and what you might be. Look at the individuals that come here and run off. They're nothing. Yet they believe there's something. That's why they can't figure it out. That's why you cannot see beyond the veil that they've shrouded over you. Nothing can only become a portal into the unmanifested for you if you don't try to grasp or attempt to grasp or understand it. Isn't that what we are doing here? Am I not attempting to have you look at something and realize that there's nothing to see? I'm gonna read 2 more chapters in this. It's more. We're gonna read this by night. Y'all are being literal in your thought. I can feel it. It's empty, but I can feel it. That means you haven't manifested. And I know it's literally, I know it's very complicated to access this divinity of you, this sentient thing. Elohim, plural, ye are gods. But you don't walk in your creative stature. We're always talking about these individuals and what we created. What have you created? You're leaning on what your ancestors did? What have you created? You have too much noise in you to allow yourself to repurpose and create the things that need to be created to stop what is going on. You walk in confliction and confusion. You've accepted your stalemate. You've filled an empty void with a whole lot of nothing, and you believe that you have something, so you've manifested something out of nothing, and you believe without knowing that you exist in the physical. They got you right where the fuck they need to have you. Did you grasp any of that? You go back and play it again. Let me read 2 more, and I'm gonna read a sacred secretion. That's short. Isn't that what we are doing here? Isn't that what we are doing here? I'm doing nothing. I'm attempting to make nothing into nothing as it should be, yet you're attempting to find something without allowing yourself to see nothing. To allow yourself to be empty, full of the vestige of your existence, and to walk in your own manifestation and light, to exist and not in the paradigm of existence labeled and named for you, but in how it should be as you are, not as how you believe you exist. Not at all. I am giving you pointers to show you how you can bring the dimension of the unmanifested into your life. You walk in your own creativity. We are not trying to understand it. There is nothing to understand. Space has no excuses or no existence. To exist literally means to stand out. Fuck what you want to do that for? You hippie hills stand out and look like nothing. You seen that means that you truly have manifested something out of nothing, and that something is nothing. You cannot understand space because it doesn't stand out at all, y'all. That's why you must kill the ego. It's a lie. Although in itself it has no existence, it enables everything else to exist. You personify the existence of everything. Silence has no existence either, nor does the unmanifested. So you allow war, your purgatory, and your undeliverance, because you walk in the lie of a deliverance. You have been segregated and subjugated instead of to walk unified in a narrative of nothingness to accept what you can. Instead, you have allowed yourself to become more deplorable. Not saying it's nothing right, but if cancer can be destroyed at 100,000, between 100 and 300,000 decibels or hertz, which cancer is not the problem, it's the virus. This thing that comes in that your body can actually capture and hold. It's one of these fake ass doctors full of something that you allowed to exist out of nothing. Go in there, start cutting up nothing to create something, and then hit it with radiation. We created, right? The system. And then spread it all over your body. It's therefore it manifests, because now they're saying, oh, we're looking at this and we see this. You've implicated yourself. You have taken nothing and made it into something in nothing. And now it's running rampant. And the fears of what the world they've manifested and created and nurtured you in, because you never knew how to quiet all that goddamn noise that keep pushing on you. Now you die. Now everybody else has got more noise. He's not here no more. I can't pay the bills and everything else in this world that shouldn't exist, that belongs to you rightfully. You can't see it because you've manifested everything and somethings and somethings and somethings out of goddamn nothing. I mean, they took the gold and silver standard off the dollar as if the dollar really existed for a long time when it didn't. They created something out of nothing and you ran with it. More noise upon noise upon noise. Some of you slaving right now. Some of you just got off of that fake ass job. With somebody who don't know nothing yelling at you, and you got to accept it and make something because they are saying nothing. Are you starting to grasp what I'm expressing? Is it complicated? I guess you have too much noise. Water is formless. Put it into a teacup. It becomes the teacup. Put it in as it is in the ocean, and the waves as it comes crashing down. It can be smooth, or it can be hard. Out of nothing. You're creating something. And I know somebody's gonna sit there, but if you fall in the ocean, you drown. You was nothing in the first place to have your ass by a damn ocean that existed because it was always nothing. You took your nothing and put it into something. You created something. Now you don't exist. Now you went back to nothing. And now everybody else got a lot of noise because they believe in something that didn't exist because they've got a lot of noise when there's nothing. Fear is nothing. Yet you manifest something based on what they've done. So that means they've written space. Do I need to go back? But you take vitamin D and K2. This is nothing. Yet, in order to do what I'm doing here, I have to create something out of nothing. That's the manifestation of creation. That's walking in the light of truth by research and even testing to find that there is actually nothing there. So what do? It's really a here and in here. Matter of fact, it's all. Oh, you saw the yin and yang sign. Oh, you're paying attention? Science of the sacred secretion. I take it because of the mint. I like the flavor. I don't require nor need it, or have need of it. The watermelon with cayenne, Celtic salt, cinnamon, and 7 Japanese spice is phenomenally magnificent, alkaline. Though I do eat meat, but it's how you eat the meat, because remember that I tell you your brain is comprised of myelin, 50 to 70%. What is myelin? What is your brain? 100% cholesterol. Yes, you can get it from avocados and coconuts and all this and that. But you can also get it from any and everything. You can even manifest it without nothing. So I partake in the evidence of nothing. Because we live in a world where they made something. And most of you haven't distracted yourself because you're distracted of self. And you have not found it. You have not become nothing. You think you're something. Remember, whenever I say the word Jesus, it's Jesus. Jesus. To be preserved, the sacred secretion requires a decalcified pineal gland, regular meditation, an alkaline body, a stress-free environment. That means without noise, right? Rest. Jesus' laws support the modern perception of how the secretion is to be preserved. Isn't that the righteous, upright balance? Harmonic balance? The vast majority of serotonin is produced in the gut, the flora, making a clean diet essential. Do you see the importance of emptiness, fasting? Following the age of Pisces, in which the story of Jesus was set, the earth is transitioning into the age of Aquarius. Do you know what that really means? It's nothing. To which Jesus said would be the age of awakening again for the sentient ones. So, are all your plates full? Are all your plates in the vast space of emptiness and the lies that you've consummated a relationship with in ignorance, are they full? Can any of you say yes? Isn't that honesty? Some of you say, but you're tempted to make me say it. That means that you're not empty, you're full, you're turning nothing into something. I can control every narrative. I can say anything and make you believe anything because you do not see yourself as nothing. You believe the existence of nothing is meaningless, yet nothing is just nothing. It doesn't require a meaning, a time, or anything. And therefore, I can control your narrative. Yet, I have no want of, because my nothing is very important to me. So important that I don't recognize importance, nor the statement, the word, the sound of it. Hell, I don't even know what it looks like in color or frequency. I know what frequency my voice comes out, in the octaves, and when I change it. I know how I can drive it to deliver, to control, to manipulate. Yet that is creating something out of nothing. And all of you do that nonstop. Right now in your so-called visage, you believe you think with the Rolodex of information. You're saying, man, this guy is cuckoo. There's something wrong here. So as I stated, is your plate full? You would think that I asked the question No. I'm asking you right now, respond and say, it's full or it's not. But yet I said you can't be honest because you create something out of nothing. You keep attempting to interpret, to speak, to believe, to think you're thinking and you know, and you have no idea. Because you refuse to empty all the noise. So I'm just adding more noise into your nothing so you can create something out of it. Even Alexander's sitting there looking like this. Because he can sense something. He's trying or attempting to see why is there nothing there. He's always attempting to see that. One day I walked by Alexander and I completely moved without thought. Every so-called action. It felt like I wasn't even using my leg muscles when I by him. He was looking at where I was at, and when I turned around, he was still looking as if I was still sitting right here. And when I stopped and turned on my heels, then he turned and looked at me and he got up to play like he was surprised. You still think it's a game, don't you? Anyway, I appreciate you guys. We'll come back. We're going to read the other part. It's time. You. 7%. 7%. 7% is very important. So in a short period of time, I'll be back so the 7% can get what they need. Okay. Pierre Branson, respect. What's going on, beloved? Omek, Roy Davenport, what's happening? What's happening? Hey, whatever, that's you, Pierre Branson. What's going on, beloved? Uncle Sazi Charles, what's going on? Tara Jones, what's happening? How y'all doing? What's going on, beloveds? Society's first outcast. What's up? What's going on? Snoo. Hey, mama. I appreciate you. Hey, Al, what's happening? Anyway, I appreciate you guys. All right. Leomai Quintus Leviathan, you're getting it? You're emptying. Are you emptying your cup? Watch it 100 times. Really listen if you got to. Just watch it. All right? There's no need for confusion. Remember, we confuse ourselves because of the noise. But we're not confused. We haven't bought into anything. There's no price for anything. We've accepted stuff in ignorance because we've created something out of nothing, as they have. And we've taken that because we were never allowed to be empty to see who we truly are. Manifestation, destination. Destination, manifestation. All right? Empty yourselves.